Hi, this is my model learning outcome. First, I'll talk about overseas business of pets. Hydrocarbons are marketed, transported, and processed by 28 companies that Pemex has brought. Pemex had been doing business in the United States, Spain, Ireland, etc. Pemex had built the Deer Park refinery in the Texas because Pemex had made alliances abroad through its subsidiary PME North America with the Shell Oil Company. Pemex and Shell Oil Company had founded the sixth largest refinery in the United States because they had made alliances in equal parts. Pemex could have founded PMI Service North America Inc. in the United States. Through this company, it controls a pipeline that goes from Matamoros to Brownsville. The hydrocarbons are transported from Deer Park to Mexico by Texas LLC virtue of 50% participation of Pemex. Pemex had created past terminal sinks because needed a company in charge of sulfur management in Florida. Pemex might launch a new company that will work in the fields of gas and shale in the United States in the deepwater sector. Pemex had increased its stake in Repsol because it had its subsidiary Pemex International Spain. Um, Also, Pemex should partner with large international oil companies such as Shell or ExxonMobil to operate in Mexico and other parts through gas stations. If Pemex participated in several tenders, it would start as a majority partner in consortiums with 10% stakes. What else? Pemex has two subsidiaries, PMI Holdings. It should work as a parallel treasury, and PMI Trading, company that could carry out oil and gas sales transactions. Pemex had created through its subsidiary companies that operate abroad such as Pemex Service Europe or Pemex International Spain. Um, Pemex could have founded companies such as Pemex Capital Inc. or Pemex Finance, destined to contract debt on behalf of Pemex International Markets. Gasoline is imported with the international price by Pemex through Shell Oil Company. With the energy reform, Mexico had opened the door to private foreign companies for the extraction for the hydrocarbons. Finally, raw oil was imported to the United States refineries where it's converted into gasoline by Pemex. Fuel is purchased by Pemex from countries such as Taiwan, Singapore, Spain, or China. Pemex Code of Ethics. Transparency, honesty, efficiency, equity, and social and environmental responsibility are committed by Pemex. Um, ethics and ethics and corporate integrity can have been fundamental in all the activities of the company. Pemex had implemented programs focused on reinforcing sense fairness, and for operations to be carried out with social responsibility. Pemex had implemented policies on ethics after the publication of Energy Reforming in 2013. Pemex must have implemented the complaints program that includes the code of ethics. The code might reflect the culture, values, and business that govern behavior. Ethics are the values and principles that govern the actions of those who make up Pemex. In Pemex had defined 9 principles that make up the code: respect, equality and non-discrimination, effectiveness, honesty, loyalty, responsibility, legality, impartiality, and integrity. The conduct had established the behavior that should be observed in Pemex relationships. If Pemex had not formed the ethics committee, it would not regulate or encourage the application of the code. About this code, if Pemex respected the code, they will achieve the following objectives. First, Pemex can improve the perception regarding ethical principles. Second, Pemex should minimize the risk of corruption. Third, Pemex might increase the trust of partners. Finally, Pemex could promote among their staff the values. How Pemex feels about its diversity? It's a good question. Pemex had generated projects that contribute to maintaining an inclusive and diverse work environment, especially policies for the inclusion of traditionally excluded groups in situations of vulnerability or discrimination are generated Pemex by Pemex. If Pemex had not implemented the institutional social inclusion strategy, it would not have created an inclusive and respectful work environment, including gender equality, non-discrimination, and labor inclusion of women, people with disabilities, um, other types of people like lesbian, gays, bisexual, transgender population, etc. For Pemex, equality can mean providing a defined and courteous treatment without any distinction and granting the same opportunities to all, same opportunities for each worker. Pemex must have promoted a culture of inclusion, equality between women and men, and non-discrimination. Diversity is important for Pemex, which is why it had established a campaign to prevent any act of discrimination. Sexual diversity is respected by Pemex. Pemex had composed of people belonging to one of eight groups considered to be discriminated against or excluded from employment opportunities. If the table of inclusion, equity, and non-discrimination had not been created, Pemex would not have: first, implemented inclusion, equality, and non-discrimination strategies; improved work on equality and non-discrimination, analyzed the existing problem. What Pemex represents as a brand? It's important to note that Pemex is only a one brand, not a lot of brands. So, Pemex could be the most important brand of the oil industry with challenging national and international markets. Pemex has played a fundamental role not only in the energy plan but also in the economic, social, and environmental sector. Um, the most valuable brand in Mexico is Pemex, obviously. Pemex has ranked in the ranking of 50 most valuable brands in Mexico. Pemex could have been the most valuable brand in Latin America. If Pemex were not the most important brand in Mexico, it would not have important financial statements by providing the resources and energy that the country requires. Oil and natural gas are produced, transported, refined, and marketed by the Pemex brand. Pemex might represented a productive company for the exploitation of energy resources in Mexican territory. Pemex might have a world operating area with production of 2.5 million barrels of oil per day. Pemex had been the third largest exporter of crude oil to the United States and eighth largest producer of crude worldwide. The economic and social development is executed by Pemex. This is too important. Pemex had offered many direct and indirect employees many jobs. Pemex could contribute with 37% of income of public sector in Mexico. Pemex might represent 16% of GDP, 36% of federal income, and 8% of total export. Production fields, wells, platforms, refineries, terminals, and petrochemical complexes are consisted by Pemex, like a brand. Pemex could have total sales for more of 1 billion. Like a final point, how is the life of office in Pemex? Pemex can offer us an install capacity and great opportunity for growth, good salaries and benefits. Pemex had always been known for having an excellent work environment and excellent colleagues. Mm, in the office, should have been worked with discipline, thinking about the risks involved in being a refinery. If you had high concentration and discipline in the office, you will avoid incidents. Normally, work should become monotonous. If you support a lot of work pressure in the office, you will have an excellent benefits. In the offices, we can carry a lot of learning. Pemex is very tight between its departments. The staff in the offices had selected work groups. Teamwork is developed by the workers in the office. Finally, in the offices there could be accessible schedules and understandable bosses. If you worked with other professionals in the office, it will help to expand our knowledge. Pemex could offer you a very flexible schedule, as well as good treatment and kindness. All for me. Thank you for listening.